What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. Alright guys, this is not an Akuma video, don't worry, I'm not throwing anything out there, but I do want to bring something up that's important, obviously, right? So he's obviously showing up very soon, 2 days, 7 hours. I will be going live that day to cover Akuma the moment he drops, so I'll be staying up late to pretty much cover the entire event, summon for him, test him. If you guys are joining me, amazing. We're going to do it together, and we'll see if this is a letdown, in my opinion, versus what your opinions may be. So we'll have a good chat live about that. But this is not what I want to talk about. It's a little more serious than that, right? Because I know when I first started doing this with you guys, I talked about my account being 13,000, right? And then also talked to you guys about how I don't think you guys should be whaling. And I'm gonna bring it back to that for a second. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I had something disturbing happen today, right? In terms of somebody contacting me, and I'm gonna tell you how the story went down. I'm not gonna name the individual whatsoever. You may know who you are if you're watching this, but I just want to say this: you're a perfect example of why it's very scary that games like this exist and allow players to purchase unlimited amount of packs that are available, or any way to spend money, right? So anyways, let me get down to what happened. So I got a message, and I've been getting these messages throughout all week, like, Payne, are you gonna max out Akuma? And I've been saying this from the get-go, guys. It's been 3 to maybe close to 3.5 weeks now that I haven't spent anything. I've been doing free to play with you guys for a reason. I barely go on my main account unless I'm doing showcases for you guys, and I mean it. So for those folks out there who are like, Payne's the biggest spender, you're out of your mind. First off, I was never the biggest spender. I was just a spender that you see who has an account that you guys is tangible. You guys are able to see it. But those bigger whales who are not content creators, you guys don't know anything about them. But I do, because I'm either in the same guild as them, or I faced them in arena, or I faced them in showdown. So I'm by far not even top 50 whale in this game. And furthermore, I've completely stopped spending. What I'm trying to do, guys, essentially, is I want to practice what I preach, right? There have been times, because I've had this addiction. There have been times where I've wanted to spend because I'm like, oh man, I'm behind. But really, what am I behind on, right? Am I behind other players, or am I behind in my own head, right? And I'm now starting to make this a mission of mine to help people get through this addiction. Okay, and I'm going to tell you guys what happened today and why I want to bring this up again. I know I've done it, but we're close to the banner, and I think this is a good time to remind some of you the fallacies and downfalls of spending on gacha games, especially if you can't afford it. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the story. Okay, so here's what happened. I've been getting guild members contacting me, being like, hey, Payne, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I said straight up, I'm not spending a penny. I have what I have, resource-wise. I will be patient, and I will time Akuma as I get him. Like, it's not going to be like, hey, I need to get him right away. I can showcase him through a trial, right? Not worried about it. I'm excited for the event. If I can use my current currencies, I will. If I have to earn currencies, I will. That's it for me. Like, I don't care. Like, that's how it's going to go for me. But I had somebody contact me today, and it was like almost a sign of desperation. This person was a Akuma simp, has been their whole life, right? Huge Street Fighter fan, and was like, Payne, I've been hearing a lot of things that, this character might be the most OP character out. I'm saving all these currencies for him, but I don't know if I'll be able to use it, so I really, really think I want to spend on this account. And again, I'm not going to name any names here or whatever. We're just going to talk about the situation. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not your financial advisor. I don't get your paychecks. I don't know what you make. I don't know what you do for a living. But I've made it pretty clear in my videos that I don't think, if you have to think about it to that extent and you sound desperate, you're being impulsive. And I said that. I said you're being impulsive, right? Like, you need to really rethink your priorities in terms of your finances. And the individual was like, well, listen, like, I this is the only chance I get. This is my birthday money. So that right away clicked. Like, birthday money, okay, cool. You're a kid. That's how I see it, right? When I hear like birthday money, allowances, to me these are young individuals. These are like people who should not be considering spending a lot of money. But this individual kept saying like, oh, I'm getting my birthday money. Like, I don't know. I don't want to spend it on anything else. I really, I really wanted to get a new phone, or like a PS5, but I don't want to miss out on this event. I feel like this is going to be like the make or break situation for the game for me. And I said, listen, like, if you're, and I didn't ask him how old he was at first. At first, I didn't want to bother. I said, so are you going to spend your entire amount on this? He said, yeah, plus more. I was like, okay, right there, stop. Like, what does plus more mean? And the individual was like, well, I'm going to be acquiring my parents' credit card and spending what I can until they find out. And it hit me. Like, that's the kind of stuff that happens. So for those who are parents, be wary of your kids doing stuff like that. For those who are kids, be wary of doing that to your parents, because I can tell you now that a lot of the whales who were getting refunds are now being pushed back by their banks and Google, because the company is now pushing back, saying that there is no claim to this refund. So some of these people now are being asked by the banks and the company to provide 178 plus transactions of why each of these are not real or should be fully refunded. Every single transaction needs to be proven. So I'm not going to tell you guys how to spend your money. I don't want to do that. I don't want the game to shut down because of lack of funds, right? Because it does need people to support the game, right? But the purpose of these videos is to remind you guys that there is a real world out there that requires your money for you to survive. And not only that, you have guardians and you have children who rely on you to make the right decision. So please, guys, I know Akuma's coming out soon. I get it. He's hype. Everybody wants him. But I want to show you guys what the kid wanted to do. He essentially wanted to go through the mall and purchase the limited packs. And I guess I don't have them here on this account. But there's limited packs here for Akuma that's coming out, which gives him the 50 tickets, right? And it's scary because to see a child, like, I started thinking instantly about my kid. You know what I mean? Like, if my kid went behind my back and took my credit card, and this kid was willing to spend, I'm not kidding you, the SSS plus 5 him, and he's like, that's the only character I'm going to do this to. Then I'm like, no, it's not. Let's be real. Because when Oni comes out, or Super Akuma comes out, or Evil Ryu comes out, or any Satsu no Hado character comes out that you're obsessed with, you've now hit, you got the bug now. You got the addiction. You're going to feel the power that you have in game until it stops. So it's an upper, then a downer. It's literally a drug. And I've been saying this about, people don't take gacha games addiction seriously. They don't understand it's a drug. It's a mental drug. It's an upper and a downer. It gets you hype the moment you get that power in your hands, and the moment you hit a wall, you're a downer, and you need another fix. It really is, guys. And I see a lot of gacha gamers who can't admit that to themselves. Like, oh, it's just one purchase, it's okay. And then it becomes 2, then 3, then 4, and they're designed to do this, right? So 2 days and 7 hours, 2 days, maybe 6 hours now, whatever the case may be, guys. It's Judgment Day for a lot of you in terms of this game, but it's also Judgment Day for a lot of you in terms of your finances. So please just be careful how you spend. Again, there are a lot of whales out there who could easily afford this, right? And it will not dent their pockets. I've seen a few of them because they've shown me their homes, and I'm like, and I never ask what you do, but people are like, hey, Payne, check out my basement. It's like insane. I'm like, holy jeez, you must have spent a couple $100,000 on that. And to me, and I can see it, like, okay, so this is nothing to you. This is a walk in the park. But there are some folks who dig into their finances and put themselves in a hole they can't get out. So again, guys, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but please, 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 just be careful. I ask you, please be careful. And join me live. Join me live. It might help you to join me live before you do anything to see how the event is like and what's required in order to get Akuma. Further than whatever's provided, right? And maybe that'll deter you to spend, or maybe that'll encourage you to spend. I'm not trying to be your, again, financial advisor. I'm not trying to be your parent. I'm not trying to be your guardian. But I do want to at least warn you guys and be there for you guys to some extent to help you curb this addiction if you have it. A lot of you guys are going to laugh as free-to-play players being like, stupid whales. Listen, like, I don't appreciate that. Not because I'm a whale and not because I spend money on games. It's because it's just not cool to do, right? If you had an addiction as a free-to-play player in real life, would you like somebody to say, stupid person for having an addiction to smoking or alcohol? Or no, it's the same kind of thing, guys. So please show a little bit of remorse for your fellow human being and try your best not to put them down when they're already in need of help. And gacha gamers don't cry for help. They cry for banks. They cry for refunds, but they don't cry for help. They don't know who to turn to. And yeah, I don't want to be that person for you to turn to, but I also do want to be the voice of reason to some extent. All right, guys. Anyways, this is Payne. Please think about this. You have 2 days to really decide. Think about it. Join me live if you want, and I can help you through it. If you have questions on live chat, I tried my best to respond to everybody. If you have comments, put them in the comment section. If you don't like this message, you know what? I don't really care, because I think it needs to be heard. It needs to be heard by everybody who plays gacha games, whether you're free to play or not. Just a reminder, it's a pixel. Your hard-earned money that you put into every single day that you go to the miserable job or your fun job or your amazing job or a job you just have part-time, it's hours you put in of your life that could benefit you to improve your life. Okay? Anyway, guys, this is Payne. I just want to throw this out there and remind everybody. I'll talk to you guys on the next video, hopefully soon. And yeah, have a good night. Take care.